Hi, Sasha here, and welcome back to Enjoying Pixels. And I found a game from the Otome Jam from 2022 called Under Maintenance. And it's been a while since we played something more lighthearted, so I thought, why not? Let's go back to the veins of Cilantro and Bizarro the Clown and just see what happens. Just playing something a bit more, romantic. Let's see what Under Maintenance has to offer us. Oh, preferences first. Oh, wow. Yes, I want to see my sprite. Don't want to roll back. Looks good. Looks good, I imagine. Oh, there's some voice volume. We're gonna have some voice acting. Let's do it. Under Maintenance. Phone, yup. Keys, check. Lip gloss, I've managed to go a whole week without losing. Still got it. Badge? Hey, where's my work badge? 6 months ago, I took a position that required me to move to a new town. A fresh start and a fresh place. But without warning, my company decided to shutter that office after a few months. So with barely a severance check in hand, I had to scramble to find a new job. A girl's gotta eat, you know. Which brings us to today, me living my exciting, glamorous life as a temp retail manager at a seasonal store in the local mall. You know the kind. In the spring, they sell fake plants and plastic garden gnomes. In the winter, it's wreaths and the ugliest Christmas ornaments. Now I'm just waiting for something better to come my way. If something better ever comes my way, someday. Someday doesn't look like today, though. Today I seem to have lost my work badge, so now I get to wait for security to let me into the store while I call HR about getting a replacement. Den of Evil. Thank you for calling Den of Evil Human Resources. How can we help you today? Hi, yes, I need a replacement work badge. Of course. Let me just look you up in our system. What is your name and position? What is your name? Oh, that's a nice character. And then we'll need to take a picture, obviously, for our new work badge. Clever. I appreciate that game. Okay. Stacy. If you're new here, there are two names I tend to use. They're Todd and Stacy. Today, we're Stacy. Stacy, I'm the temporary manager at the small town location. Perfect. Okay, we can see your file. Now for identity confirmation, please answer your security question. What is your best friend's name? My best friend's name? Ooh, I get to name my friend. Can I use both names? Is this a game where I get to use both names? I'm not prepared for such luxury and choice. I'm gonna use both names. My best friend's name, Todd. Todd and Stacy are friends. The lore expands. Thank you, Stacy. It looks like your picture is outdated. Do you have the Den of Evil app? Yes. We will hold while you take and upload a current photo to that app so we can get your file updated. I opened the app on my phone and try to look as professional as possible. Ooh, okay. Okay, so we can choose hair. Dun, 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 dun. My hair can't be as red as I want it. Is that as red as we can go? Oh, and it's not outfit, it's skin tone. Okay, let's go about there. Is that where we started? That was where we started. I did nothing. I wish I could do more. I want to change eye color and stuff. Do I like that hair? I do. I feel satisfied with my life choices as Stacy. Stacy! Thank you. Just to confirm everything, your name is Stacy. You are a temporary manager. You are 30 years old. And your employee identifier is, I hate this. Correct? That's correct. There's Stacy. What a wonderful Stacy she is. Excellent. Please give us 6 to 12 months to process and send out your new badge. Wait, what? They hung up. You've got to be kidding me. Will this store even be around in 6 to 12 months? Well, that was an awful start to my day. But it can only go up from here, right? Little did I know that my day was going to get worse. So much worse. What the actual hell was today? As if losing my badge at the start of the day wasn't bad enough, it had been one of the busiest days at the store in a long time. Who would have guessed anyone would go crazy for BOGO lawn ornaments? Well, at least the new chapter of Heavenly Love dropped during my shift. Heavenly Love is this Otome gacha game I've been playing. A hardcore resource management simulator woven into a story filled with gut-wrenching angst, plus all the hottest JPEGs of 2D men a girl can spend on. It has 3 main love interests and a 4th secret one who only knows how to play hard to get. Honestly, who needs to date when I have 4 wonderful husbandos to keep me company? I pour a glass of my favorite drink and settle into play. Heavenly Love. Dear professionals, in order to improve the game experience, the server will be under maintenance. If the maintenance is not completed within the specified time, the period of maintenance will be extended. You will not be able to log into the game during the maintenance period. We are sorry for your disappointment. Really? Oh, this day is the literal worst. I can't believe this is happening. Did I break a mirror or step on a crack? Seriously, how can this day get any worse? Actually, no, I don't want to answer that. After a long sip of my drink, I closed the app and opened my texts. Hey. Hey, Stacey, what's wrong? I've had the worst day. Oh no, mine hasn't gone great either. Is your game down too? Yes, you too? I wrote to customer service, but all I got was, thank you for your understanding. Or understand. What? How does that answer anything? What am I supposed to do now? Well, maybe they're not as great as 2D husbandos, but I know what might cheer you up. You could use the dating app. What dating app? Oh my god, have you even opened it? I can't recall. Blinder. I made your profile like so long ago. Oh, that dating app. I actually have a date lined up here tonight. Hoping it'll make my not so great day better. Winky face. Come on, just give it a shot. I mean, the worst that could happen is that you get a great story to tell. That's not the worst that could happen. I mean, I met my husband online, so I'm not one of those like never use a dating app people, but like that is definitely not the worst that can happen. I'm pretty sure there are worse things that could happen, exactly, like being locked up in somebody's basement. Still, I couldn't deny that they might have a point. I stood over the dating app for a bit. Call me old-fashioned, but I've never been a huge fan of dating apps. Whatever happened to meeting someone while you're out and about? A chance encounter? I'm super pro dating app. I love the taking the guesswork out of it. The just like, all of that preamble just done. I love that part. The whole like meeting someone and like, ooh, will they, won't they? Like that for me was hell on earth personally. Seeing someone across a room that catches your eye, feeling awkward and not sure if they're looking at you or somebody else, going over and then getting called out for sexual harassment. Feeling the earth stop spinning on its axis as that person comes into full focus, the rest of the room fading away into nothing. Look at her grin, she's so excited about this. I still believe in that heart-pounding, goosebumps-inducing sensation that you get the first time you see someone that strikes your fancy. That, oh no, they're hot kind of feeling. But maybe I'm just a hopeless romantic. It's not like those moments have ever gotten me anywhere with romance. After all, Prince Charming is a myth, much like multiple orgasms. I want to say something about the last thing, but I don't want to get age restricted. I put aside the Blinder app while I start browsing. Yo, help, for something else to do. I see a list for a locally owned bar that caters to grown-ups. Oh good, because the last place I want to be is around a pack of screaming, fall-down, drunk 20-somethings that may accidentally throw up on my shoes. The reviews rave about friendly bartenders and clean tables, free of any kind of sticky residue. And they have an open mic happening almost weekly. No, don't go. The open mic can be fun, just to see what kind of disaster would throw themselves to the wolves. Dating app or the bar, huh? Regardless, I should do something. Choices. Well, Stacey herself has said that she is the type who would like to have a romance where she goes out, so let's go to the bar. They promised there was an open mic. I take a shortcut by my complex through an alley. It's the quickest way to reach the bar. Don't do that, Stacey. A cat. Huh? What was that? I suddenly feel something fuzzy rub itself against my leg. Meow? Oh, it's just a cat. Hey there. The fluffy white cat meows loudly as he does a figure eight around my legs. I bend down to see if there's a collar hidden under his furry neck. Huh, no collar. Purr. Are you a stray? Sorry, kitty, I can't take you home. I can barely take care of myself. Sorry, I'll find someone to take you in though, promise. Huh? It looks like they already have food. I can't help but feel bad for the cat. At least someone is feeding them though. I pet its fluffy head and continue on my way. Magic cat? Is it a magic cat? I've walked past this bar a couple of times on my way to and from work, but I've never stepped inside. No time like the present. Well, it's not terribly busy inside. There are quite a few people here. I let my eyes wander and see a handsome, if a bit grungy looking man fixing the beer tap. Who wouldn't like to meet a man who's good with his hands? Calm down, Stacey. As I'm admiring the handyman, I hear the crowd fussing about lack of beer and cola. The drinks must all be part of the same pressure system. Glancing over to the open mic area, an adorable looking guy is setting up a mic. I wonder what kind of performer he is. Could be a musician, maybe a singer. Hot. The open mic guy looks like he wouldn't be afraid to drink a mixed beverage, but also might be into something classic. Don't know why I just thought of it, but it's been forever since I've had a Shirley Temple. Well, I'm glad I decided to go out tonight. This place is cute, and it's also filled with very nice looking bodies. People. Making my way to the fairly crowded bar, I spot the only empty seat sandwiched between the wall and a red-headed guy. I look for a place and set my bag down when I hear someone's voice a little too close to my ear.
You can set it on the bar. It's not sticky.
Archie? Excuse me?
Your bag. You can set it on the bar.
Okay, thanks.
You must be new around here. I've never seen you before.
This guy is also cute, but I don't know why he's talking so close to me. It makes me a little uncomfortable, so I shift away from him. And you must be a regular.
Just doing my part to support the local economy.
Are you in a gang? Why do you have a chain?
Mark, what did I tell you about bothering my customers?
Bothering? What are you talking about? More like you're bothering us right now.
Should I use the app? The app was of choice?
Don't you have glasses to wash or something? Whatever, man. I'll be back.
Wow, even the bartender is cute. He definitely looks like the type to drink whiskey from a small independent distillery or a handmade soda. How prestigious. The bartender rolls his eyes and turns his attention back to me.
Sorry about that. He's perfectly harmless. Can I get you something to drink?
Yes, please. Do you have a favorite?
Well, it depends on what you're in the mood for. We have beer, some cocktails, and a pretty decent selection of non-alcoholic drinks.
Okay. She mentioned wanting a Shirley Temple, and I think we're supposed to have hints based on like how she described the guys, and like, oh, this person looks like they'd like this or they'd like that. I'm saving. Yes, I'm saving. This is an important life choice, what drink you're gonna have. Okay, she said she wanted a Shirley Temple, but I see a cocktail, which it isn't really, it's a mocktail. And I see custom drink, it would be kind of custom. I see soda. It would technically be a soda. I mean, I don't know. Let's order the cocktail and see where that goes. The thick Peninsula Spritz? I mean, 1 Tannery Premier Spritz, now new menu coming up. Oh, as he vanishes, I finally noticed the crude Sharpie written over the name of the drink I have my finger on. Who does that? It never gets old. Oh, you did it. You're not cool. Tristan, Chapter 1. I checked back towards the stage where the cute guy with the messy hair and glasses was testing the microphone just a few minutes ago. Huh? He's gone. In his place, a young woman is settling in with a guitar. I don't get much time to be bummed out by his departure, though. A text? Psst, Stacy, did you know there are other blinders nearby? Try a blind blitz, and we'll use our Space Magic Fairy Dust super secret algorithm to match you with a compatible single in your vicinity right now. Now. Nifty, right? Try a blind blitz. Really? Yas. Reply yas to get started. Texting rates apply. Blind Art Company is not liable for any physical, mental, or emotional damages resulting from a blind blitz or any blind R match. Your mileage may vary. Void where prohibited. A blind date, huh? Could be fun. Give it a try. Yas or yes? Yas. I save for everything. I'm that person. Yas. Sweet. Crunching the data now. I give it and end up giving the dating app a chance after all. The bartender is cute, but he looks like he might be a bit of a player with a gaggle of young women making doe eyes at him from the end of the bar. To his right, the man fixing the beer tap is likewise very good looking, but also a little imposing and unapproachable with his tattoos and stoic demeanor. The man sitting next to me, Mark, I'd rather have a heart-to-heart with the plant in the corner. I kind of wanted to chat with that dark-haired cute boy by the microphone. Who am I kidding? I don't talk to strangers in person. All done. We're connecting you two. Oh, selected user. Your adventure awaits and your match will contact you soon. Good luck. Well, that was underwhelming. Oh, greetings, fellow blinder. On a fine evening, you find yourself standing at a crossroads at the edge of an enchanted forest. One path leads east, the other west. Is he playing a game with me? Go west, young man. I just had to play along and pick a direction. I go west. You walk a distance down the path, enjoying the quiet sounds of nature under the silver light of the night moon, and happen upon an establishment for the consumption of spirits and assorted libations. I think he's trying to be cute and like flirt. I go inside. It's a slow night at the bar. There's ambient music of your preferred variety in the corner, candlelit or not. There's a dark, handsome, mysterious-looking man sitting by himself, nursing a drink while the bartender absent-mindedly reads the paper. What's my next move? I asked the man in the corner if I can join him. I need a drink, or oh, I know what we're playing. Let's be a bit assertive. I asked the man in the corner if I can join him. He's surprised, but nevertheless delighted. Accepting your invitation, he turns to you and says, "Congratulations, you have reached the end of the journey." I know this app says we're supposed to be pretty close by to each other. For your achievement, I can award you with the name of a bar nearby where we can meet up for a drink in like half an hour. I just have something to take care of really quick, if that's okay. No pressure. I understand if you'd rather not. I wonder what kind of prize it could be. Well, I've been on the flirtatious route, so why not? I accept my reward. One reward, please. Is that a yes? Are you trying to back out of giving me my reward? No. No. Okay, see you then. To my surprise, the name of the bar Tristan sends over a few moments later is the one I'm already sitting in. Is he already here? While I wait for my drink, I take a look around, but don't see anyone in particular using their phone. My attention wanders back toward the stage where the guitarist plucks away at the strings of their instrument. Before too much longer, the bartender reappears. Here's your spritz. Cheers, is there gonna be live music all night? He shrugs. Maybe. The mic is open for anyone. Who knows what you'll see next. He gives me a wink as he collects my card to pay for the drink.
What he means is it can turn into a real cringe-a-palooza.
Listen, Mark? Oh no, Mark and I are scar bros? Mark and I are scar bros. We have the same scar. No, Mark, step off my game. Mark, don't start. I'll get this wrong up, miss, excuse me. Mark keeps up his commentary beside me, clutching his cheap domestic beer. I was immediately curious on what Mark meant, but also... So it takes a lot of courage to get up there and sing, or just how much cringe are we talking? I don't, like, so the game promises that there are 3 options, but remember in the game she mentioned there was a 4th. So I feel like Mark is the secret 4th one, but I don't feel like she's vibed with Mark at all. So, you know, because he sat too close and all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna go with the, it takes a lot of courage. I think it's actually pretty brave to put yourself out there in the name of art. Okay, but last week some chick played hot cross buns in a kazoo for 20 minutes straight. Oh well, that's... He offers his hand to me. It's nice to meet you. I'm Stacy. Maybe he's not so bad. I mean, is that how he gets you? That's how you end up in the basement. I shake hands with the man. How can someone's hand be so sweaty and cold? Instant regrets. I'm Stacy. Pleasure to meet you.
Hey.
Pleasure's all mine. Gross. I actually don't think that's gross. His sweaty hand is gross, but I don't know. I don't think his response is gross. Before Mark can get in another word, we're interrupted by a round of applause for the guitarist who seems to be finishing up for the night. Thank you, thank you. That's all for me. The next performer on the list tonight is probably a loser. Definitely a masochist. Tristan. Tristan? Tristan from the app, Tristan?
Hey.
What, like you know the guy or something? Never seen him before. I came to review the performance. I'm not gonna lie. I've never seen him before. You know, I thought so, but nope. Never seen him before. I like quickly sensing I wouldn't enjoy the reaction from this Mark character if I fess up to my plans to meet with Tristan. I shrink down my seat and look up Tristan's profile with a swiftness, which I was sent a link to after we were matched, and yet very conveniently, completely, and totally forgot to check after he messaged me. Tristan, 33. Hobbies, a full list of my current extracurricular affiliations can be provided upon request. Pizza, looking for all my socks that have been eaten by the dryer. Favorite quote, you can only be certain of a lack of certainty. Oh, such edge.
Hi. Hey. Hello. My name is Tristan. It's great to be here with you tonight.
Okay, the music volume is overwhelming because he's a bit quiet. So we'll turn that down a bit. He's so quiet. He introduces himself to a dozen-ish people sitting in the crowd, most of them caught up in their own conversations, hardly paying attention to him at all. Well, Stacia should be excited because this is the person she wanted to talk to. Oh no, that's him. I'm not supposed to meet him here for another 20 minutes. He must have planned it so I would arrive after he finished his set. If I get up and try to leave now, he'll definitely see me. Guess I'm gonna get to see his act.
Recently, I decided to cancel my cable TV. Has anyone done this? Okay. You can't just do it online. They actually make you call them or even go to their office. In person.
Oh man. He grimaces as if to punctuate the horror of actually having to engage in a face-to-face interaction with a stranger.
I am still clinging to some of my will to live, though. So I called them up. There's a whole process to it. First, they make you match wits with the automated phone operator. It's like encountering a sphinx of antiquity. Except instead of answering riddles, you just get the shout, "Representative!" over and over until it lets you pass.
A stand-up routine. This seems fine. Hey. Mark taps me on the shoulder, too close.
Psst. What the Sphinx?
Oh, well, I do actually know that, so, you know, Egypt, the pyramids, what goes on 4 legs in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and 3 at night? Mark stares at me with a blank look. It's a mythological beast that acts like a guard and makes travelers answer riddles, let them pass.
Oh. Nerd.
Meanwhile, Tristan continues his set. Why am I trapped here next to Mark? The worst thing is that by, like, romance novel logic, Mark is who she's destined to be with. After I vanquish the automaton and navigate the labyrinthian phone tree, I finally locate the option to cancel my service and find myself face to face with the final boss, the retention specialist. I stand fast against my mortal foe and explain that I want to cancel my service. In exchange, they counter my attack with an offer of a free year of content conglomerate company TV Plus. Checkmate, I laugh to myself. I wish I was laughing. Mark can't seem to shut up about Tristan's performance. Admonish him for being rude or agree with him. Why do I feel like this game is like leading me into like the worst temptations, which is just to go Mark all the way? I mean, it's not the best routine. I do kind of actually agree with him. I definitely wouldn't recommend he quit his day job to join the comedy club circuit. It's true. Not in a million years. Now, some people would be super excited to take a deal like this. Lots of people love the content conglomerate company. The movies, the TV shows, the merchandise, the hotels, the theme parks, even me.
So...
A few years ago, I even went to visit content conglomerate company land with my wife. Wife, mayday, mayday, red alert, the hull has been breached and we're taking on water, Captain. And she loved it so much she got a season pass after that very visit. I thought she was just into the rides, you know. But then I found out what she really wanted to ride was the big cheese, Ricky Roden himself. Well, not the Ricky Roden, just the guy who wears the suit for the meet and greets. So, that's a fun story to tell at social gatherings. Hey Tristan, how's your wife doing? Pretty good, as far as I know. She left me for a man in a rodent suit, destroying my sense of self-worth and leaving me unmoored with no sense of direction in my life. But how about this charcuterie board? On the bright side, though, after I explained all this to their retention specialist, they let me have my cable contract, no more questions asked. Thanks for coming, I'm Tristan. He finishes his set to a round of very confused and slightly uncomfortable applause. Yo, bro, sounds like your ex might have thanked you for coming if she ever Yo, bro, sounds like your ex might have thanked you for coming if she ever actually came. Clearly no longer satisfied with throwing shade on the side, Mark heckles Tristan loudly across the bar. This guy. Defend Tristan, stay out of it, or agree with Mark. Oh god, I gotta have a date with Tristan. You know what? I'm staying out of this. This is none of my business. I feel like there is a Mark route, but that's not what we're doing right now. Mark, you're something. Mark is being a huge jerk and is way over the line, but I stay silent. When it comes to crazy, better to keep your mouth shut and be safe than sorry. Okay, break it up. Mark, I've warned you about heckling the open mic participants before. Your show's over now, time to go. The red-headed man hems and haws, scoffing at the bartender. Come on, man. I say get out. Don't let me see your face near for at least a day or two. Mark continues to grumble, but collects his stuff and departs the bar. Bye? Sorry about that. The guy's been dealt a crap hand in life and is something of an acquired taste. Uh-huh, I bet. Oh, looks like Tristan is headed this way. This is cool, perfectly normal, a fairy tale romance in the making, right? While I wait for Tristan, I pull up my phone to text my best friend. Well, today continues to be an experience. You try Blinder? Yes. Sort of. I tried Blinder Blitz? I haven't even done that. Crazy, how was it? Well, he's really cute. He had me play Bork to talk to him. Wow, that takes me back. Sounds like an old school nerd. It was weird. Not surprised, man. What a way to get on Blinder. Okay, so you still out? Yep. He just finished stand-up comedy at the bar. And? It was something. And a bit uncomfortable. Oof. Well, he's coming back to me. Talk to you later. Hey, wait. Be safe and don't die. I promise nothing. Tristan, Chapter 2. As the bartender predicted, Tristan approaches the bar after finishing up his set. Hey Tristan, really sorry about the heckler and all that. That's okay, you get used to it. I bet. Down at the end of the bar, a member of the bartender's apparent fan club starts waving for his attention. Duty calls, shout if you need something. I find myself alone with Tristan, up close and personal at last. His Blinder photo really failed to capture how soft the messy dark mop of hair on his head looks in person, nor how intensely green his eyes are even in the lower light of the bar. He fidgets for a beat before turning to me. Hi. Hey. Hello. He fidgets some more, looking rather bashful about the scene that just played out over his stand-up act.
So...
I'm your Blinder match. But I understand if you change your mind. It really sucks what that jerk said to you. We talk over each other, then pause. You go first. I want to make it up to you. Can I buy you a drink?
You sure you don't want to abandon ship? You still have time to get away.
You wouldn't have to be carrying any red flags, would you?
Huh? No? I might have some tissues, though.
Never mind. So, drinks? I know I'd need one after getting up there in front of everyone like that. Okay, yes, thank you. We collect our drinks and set ourselves up at a table in the corner farthest from the stage. It was pretty surprising to see you up there. Your profile didn't mention you being a comedian. Oh, I'm not a professional comedian, that is. It's my act for the improv club I belong to. And since you saw it and you're still here, I'd love to hear your review. In spite of his faintly melancholy, somewhat disheveled appearance, Tristan is animated and energetic when he speaks, his big bright green eyes full of open earnest warmth behind his wire-framed glasses. Oh no, I really didn't expect him to be this cute. and he's asking me to give his performance a review. I was really impressed. I'll give you an A+ for effort. I mean, she was impressed by the fact that he got out there, so if I say that she was impressed, it's not exactly a lie, because she mentioned to Mark that, like, she thought it was really brave to go up there, so... impressed? He looks so hopeful that accolades start slipping off my tongue before they even register in my brain. There is no way I would have been able to come up with something like that on my own. Forget about getting up in front of an audience to perform it. See, no lies detected. It wasn't a lie. It takes a lot of dedication and bravery. It's really impressive. Your material is kind of sad, though. Nobody deserves to have their partner sneak around with someone else like that.
Oh.
That. But on the bright side, you catching my act tonight spared me from the anxiety of having to tell you about my divorce and worrying about how you'd react to it. I guess that does make one less thing to go over on the getting to know you checklist.
You have a checklist?
I can't help but laugh at his pained expression, the adorable way his eyebrows shoot up and disappear into the fringes of his dark hair hanging into his eyes.
Oh, you're kidding.
I thought maybe I was late to another Rick Rock dating trend. No, sorry, I only know how to do this the old-fashioned way. Old-fashioned can still be fun. Let's play a game. Tell me 3 things about yourself. 2 of them are the truth, and 1 of them isn't. Then I'll guess which is which. Wanna give it a try? Okay, sure. Let's see. I work as a temp retail manager. I moved into town 6 months ago. Vanilla is my favorite flavor of ice cream. Tristan pretends to consider this for a moment. Alas, poor Vanilla. You are the white bread of frozen dairy, and your status as the fair maiden's preference is a sham. The next one will be harder for sure. Your turn. Okay. Well, I'm divorced. I recently canceled my cable. My ex left me for Ricky Rodent Mascot, the content conglomerate company. One of these is a fib? Looks like it. One of these is a fib. I don't think you canceled your cables, sir. So you were defeated by the retention specialist after all. Truly a formidable foe. Formidable indeed, but it's not that. Ricky Rodent. Oh, so the truth comes out in the lie. You made up that story about the guy in the rat suit.
You got me. We actually split up for the regular boring kind of reasons, but what's funny about that?
Nothing?
Exactly. And it's your turn again.
I take a sip of my drink and then reel off my list. I grew up on a farm. Photography is my hobby. I decided to try the Blinder app tonight because my favorite video game got stuck in maintenance. Now, that is more difficult. He takes a few moments to consider it. You're not wearing overalls, nor are you carrying a camera bag, so there's no easy way to confirm either farming or photography. But your assertion that your game has suffered an unexpected disruption is intriguing. What's it called? What kind of game is it? Well, it's a little embarrassing.
A little embarrassing because you're fibbing about it?
No, it's real. Fine, it's called Heavenly Love, and it's about... You don't want to hear about those.
Hey!
Did you know Borg is made up of 15,000 lines of code? If you want, I can tell you about all its secrets and idiosyncrasies instead. Okay, so the story is about a young woman who is blessed or cursed, some would say, with the power of heaven, H-E-A-V-E-N. And it's all about her trying to save the world from hell, H-E-L-L, as told through the chronicles of her various relationships with the 3 male lead characters. Oh, it's a dating simulator and a Otome game. How do you know that? Did you know you can look up anything on the internet in less than 1 second? He shows me his phone that he's been holding under the table. The search results for Heavenly Love pulled up on the screen. Cheater!
Hey!
I never said outside references weren't allowed. So, you like dating games? Yeah. But you don't like talking about them. I like talking about them. It's just that most people don't. They think it's trash for girls, and plenty of people would even tell you they're not even proper games at all. Love stories have been a foundation of storytelling for time immemorial. Why shouldn't they be the subject of video games too?
So...
If you were in a dating game right now, what kind of love interest do you think I would be? Might be low-key a yandere. No, please. If anyone is a yandere, it's gonna be Mark. Well, so 2D love interests generally tend to have like one overriding all-encompassing personality trait. The flirt, the Boy Scout, the CEO, the cinnamon roll, too good for this world, too pure. It's part of what makes dating games fun to play, because you know exactly what you're getting in a way you don't in real life. But at the same time, you can't simplify real people down to a singular personality trait like that. I'm sure you're your own unique person. Well, I guess that leaves us with photography or farming. He gestures to my hand resting on the table near my glass. May I? I nod. Okay. He picks up my hand, gently turning it over to inspect my palm. His own hands are large with long, slender fingers. His nails are clean, but show signs of having been bitten down short. He studies my hand intently, turning it this way and that with aching care before swiping the pad of his thumb across the surface of my palm, leaving tiny frissions of feeling in its wake.
Your hands are so soft.
He looks up and our eyes meet. A beat passes too long and not long enough. He's still holding my hand, his thumb now doing a little more than tracing tiny endless circles in my palm. Tristan seems to realize it with a start, suddenly but carefully placing my hand back down the table as he clears his throat.
They're so soft. I don't think you grew up on a farm.
Farm? Oh, right, you're right. I didn't grow up on a farm. I flex my fingers, curling them around the cool glass, then raising it to my lips in hopes it will dispel the heat from my palm and my cheeks. 2 for 2, and it's your turn again.
So...
Last call, everyone. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Last call. Guess that makes this our last round for tonight. Better make it count.
Here goes nothing. I really enjoyed meeting you tonight, and I think you're very beautiful. I'd like to ask you for a kiss goodnight. And I'm very confident you're not going to throw your drink in my face and refuse if I ask.
How bold are we feeling? Kissing him seems a bit like forward. Maybe like I feel like he'd like faint or run away. There's no time like the present. Why wait for goodnight? Really? Not so confident after all. Must be a fib. No, that was the truth. He starts to lean forward as my eyes flutter shut. So, I can kiss you, right? You're not just saying that for the sake of the game? Yes, but first, what happened to your glasses?
Oh.
I took them off. Safety first. You can kiss with glasses on? Just kiss me already. Tristan leans over and obliges me. His lips are soft and as warm as his hands, which he keeps firmly fixed to the arms of the chair like he's not quite sure what to do with them. Kissing Tristan is sweet and a little bit stilted like he is. Last call! We break apart startled and a little disoriented as the lights snap on to full brightness around us. Come on with me. I say without even thinking about it. It's madness, but it's madness that I feel when I look into the sickly, sweet, hazy green of his eyes, the blush dusting across his cheeks clearly visible in the harsh fluorescent light. He fumbles to put his glasses back on, also with an answer. Are you sure that's a good idea? We only just met. I'm taking a chance because I'm a hopeless romantic. It said so in the intro. I know it's a little crazy, but honestly, it's still only like the third craziest thing that's happened so far tonight. But if you don't want to, I totally get it. No, I might be not quite legally blind without my glasses, but I'm not stupid. Let's go. He stands up and offers me his hand to help me up, and arm in arm we leave the bar. It's a quick, uneventful walk back to my apartment. Shutting the door behind us, I turn and lean against it. Tristan stands in the middle of my living room, doing his best to look cool and casual. Should I make small talk, or there's no time for small talk? I feel like making small talk will make it more awkward. But so far the awkward hasn't been bad. Like, he's recovered pretty good from it. So, would you like to sit down? I guess I probably should have mentioned earlier that I've never really brought anyone home like this before, so I guess I'm not really sure what the protocol is. He sits down on the couch, flexing his hands on his knees and adjusting his glasses several times.
Well, that's a relief. That will make it less obvious that I also have never really done anything like this before. And I said that out loud, didn't I?
You did. I crossed the room to join him sitting on the sofa next to him, close but not too close. I don't want to seem pushy or make him uncomfortable. So, what should we talk about? I feel like I did all the talking about myself at the bar. Tell me something about yourself. What do you do for work? Work? Well, I guess you could say I'm in the business of helping people with things. That's great. What kind of things? Technology things. That's neat. Technology can be helpful to a lot of people. Yeah. We lapse into silence. He doesn't seem very enthusiastic talking about work. You didn't bring him here for an evening discourse. You brought him here for What is wrong with me? I shake myself out of it and decide to try a different approach. Maybe we can just try picking up where we left off at the bar before we were interrupted. Where was that? I tap my lips and he smiles, laughing nervously.
Oh.
You really want to? Yes, really. He leans in and kisses me again. This time shielded from the prying eyes of the public and with no more interruptions, it quickly builds into something far more intense with teeth and tongue and lips. I climb into his lap, my shins settling on either side of his hips to get a more comfortable angle. His hands find purchase in the small of my back as I lean back in for another frantic kiss. The next time we surface, gasping for air, Tristan's glasses have been knocked askew and are hanging precariously by one ear. His blush, I first observed back at the bar, is spread from his cheeks to his neck, down below his collar and out of sight. Feeling increasingly hot and bothered myself, I reach out and carefully remove his glasses and set them down on the table next to the couch, hitting the light switch to put out the lights. I slide my arms around his neck, pressing us closer together before I'm shifting my weight, pulling him back and down to rest over me on the couch, a silent invitation and urging to take things further. But when I reach for the bottom hem of his sweater vest to start pulling it up over his head, he wraps his hand around mine to stop me. It's not that I'm not attracted to you or anything.
So...
It's just been a while since I've been with anybody like this. I think I'm a little rusty. Can we take it slow? Of course, yeah, that's fine. Oh, of course, I would never want to make you uncomfortable. We don't have to mess around like this. I start to get up from under him, but he stops me again. It feels really nice just to lie here like this with you. He shifts his weight back over me, hiding his face in the crook of my neck as his posture softens, tension rolling out like a wave as he relaxes into it. He's left me enough room to squirm out if I wanted, but I find the added weight surprisingly comforting. We can stay like this. I tell him, shifting to find the perfect little pocket of warmth, limbs snaking together, tangling into comfortable resting places. My fingers find their way into his hair, combing it gently. Your hair is really soft. He softly hums in response, his next response softer and more sleepy. It feels really good. Yeah, it does. His breath fans my collarbone with his every exhale, the steady rhythm slowing and growing deeper as he slips further towards sleep. The soft sound shepherding me towards dreamland until I'm fast asleep. Hey! What's up? Why'd you call? Huh? Zzz. Did you butt dial me? Sleep dial? Wait, you drunk? You went home with the Bork dude. Calm down, Todd. I might have made a bold choice. I invited him home. There were palm touches, passion, and almost a weird amount of tongue. You two sleep together? We are sleeping together right now. No, wait, like we're literally sleeping. No sex. Okay. So do you like him? A lot. Way different than the other men I've dated. That's good. I mean, having you play Bork was a sure sign of that. Okay, well, sounds like y'all are sleeping. Yeah. Before you go back to sleep, what's his name? Tristan. Ooh, classic. Well, good night. Keep me updated. Tristan, Chapter 3. When I wake the next morning, Tristan is nowhere to be found. Tristan better be getting breakfast. The cad Hi. It's a new day. I have new hair, new clothes. Also, there was a README file in here. It says Mark fans read, and it's in all caps. And I think it's a route for how to get with Mark if that's your thing. But that's not what we're doing right now. We need to finish Tristan. Tristan chapter 3. Was the night romantic or not? You tell me how you feel about it. When I wake up the next morning, Tristan is nowhere to be found. Huh? Did he really bail just like that? Why did I say really like that? Really? I searched my place from top to bottom, but the somewhat spacey man with the somber green eyes is simply up and vanished. My virus protection, however, is popped up for reasons. I checked my phone, but there's no message from him either. He didn't seem like the type to ghost a girl, but there's really no sign of him. Just a fling. I straighten up the apartment, trying not to mope while glancing at my phone from time to time as it lies nestled comfortably in its charging dock. I'm not going to message him. It was just supposed to be a way to kill some time anyway. I make breakfast and get dressed, still glaring at my silent phone all the while. What would I say to him even if I did send him a message? What if you were something special? What if you missed your chance? I don't enjoy either of these options. What if we were something special? What if you missed your chance? They're both so, like, melodramatic. What if we were something special? Why did you even go out with even saying goodbye? Couldn't even leave a note? I thought maybe we had something, a spark, a little zap. I'm not that desperate. Am I? You know, this is exactly why I stick to husbandos. They never pull this kind of crap. I was ignoring, of course, the numerous times in Heavenly Love where the husbandos did, in fact, pull even more egregious kinds of crap. Repeatedly. Nevertheless, with my dating life apparently back in the freezer once again, I retrieve my phone from the charger to check and see if yesterday's extended maintenance has ended. It has to be done by now, right? I tap through the screens and try to load up the game when inevitably the whole phone crashes. Can a girl catch a break? I force it to restart and it hangs on the pair logo and hangs and hangs. Restart? No, it's still not working. My phone. Various expletives. After trying for a while to revive it with no success, I'm finally forced to admit defeat. I'll have to take it to the pair store. It's time to stop trying to play this game if it crashed your phone. I'm at the pair store. Trademark. Having to take your phone to get fixed on a Saturday morning is a special kind of hell. Young people everywhere, old people everywhere, families with very small children, some of them screaming and crying everywhere. A lot of them, actually. All of them mixed together, each one as cranky as the next to be spending the precious hours of the weekend waiting for their turn to be upsold by an over-caffeinated, underpaid army of retail employees clad in khaki. I check in and try to find some place out of the toe-crushing path of a runaway stroller to stand and wait for tech support when I hear the increasing ruckus of a brewing customer dispute cut over the general din.
Welcome to the pair store. Would you
Now you listen here, Sonny. The commercial on the TV said I get 10 Geiger bits. Geiger bits. I get 10 Geiger bits of data per month, but I can't find them anywhere on this thing.
I'll be happy to help you with that, sir. The data is an allowance. It isn't actually stored on your phone.
That voice. I slip out from my hiding spot to try and find the source of it. I don't have to wander very far. Oh, he's an old man. I'll make him sound older. What are you, dense? I bought it and I want to see the data. I bought from you leeches right now so I can make sure you're not ripping me off. I saw one of those funny pictures about it on the internet.
I understand your frustration, but I'm afraid there really isn't any other way.
You floor workers get more and more useless by the day. I want to speak to your manager. I rub my eyes to make sure I'm not seeing things, but it's still Tristan standing there behind being chewed out by a particularly obstinate customer. Tristan's cranky customer wants the manager. What should I do? Not get involved at all would be a good choice, but you know what? Today is a day of intervention. Let's help out Tristan. What can I say to go stand next to this random man and be like, yeah, show him the data. Where's the data at? It's like, no, he doesn't understand what's supposed to be happening with the phone. Like, that's not gonna help anything. Help him out. Even though I'm a little bummed out by him ghosting me, as a fellow retail worker, I can't leave him to be torn apart by a crotchety, self-entitled customer. The customer is definitely not always right. I stroll over to where Tristan and the man are standing, slipping into the customer service persona I use at work. I set my face into the biggest fake smile, the pitch of my voice rising at least 2 octaves as I call out to them. Hi, good morning. I'm the manager. I heard somebody asking for me. Tristan's eyes go wide as saucers as he looks from me and the customer and back to me, but he doesn't call my bluff.
Oh, hey, boss.
Well, you see here, I've been trying to tell your associate here that I want to see my data Geiger bits. Now I want this made right, or else I'll have to take my business elsewhere. And I'll give you a bad review on the phone survey too. Now, let's not be hasty. I understand we haven't met your expectations today, and I hear you. It's very embarrassing, but I have to admit this is all my fault. Tristan is a new employee, and I'm afraid I haven't had time to train him on the data storage display feature.
Oh.
I did finish the rest of the training manual, though. And you're doing a great job. But now that I'm here, we can all go over it together. Sound good? Good. All right. The customer gives Tristan his phone. I show him how to unlock the phone storage display, giving him the directions for how to navigate to the phone's overall storage. And finally, click storage.
So...
It says here that you have 102 gigabytes of available data storage on your phone. He turns around the phone to show him the screen, his lie completely truthful. Now that's more like it. Well, what else do I get for my trouble? We'll mail you a coupon for 20% off your next visit. If it doesn't come in a month, come back and ask for me, the manager. Thanks for visiting the Pear Store. Apparently mollified, the cantankerous customer shuffles off to find his next unsuspecting service employee to terrorize, leaving me alone with Tristan.
So? We... meet again.
Yeah, hi, again. What was up with just walking out there, bro? Yeah, hi again. I'm having some trouble with my phone. It's stuck on the boot screen. Can you help me? He scratches the back of his head a little confused.
You're not going to chew me out about last night?
I look around the crowded store, observing a little boy stick his finger up his nose and wipe the evidence on a display for Bluetooth headsets. Nope, I'm good on that for now. Clearly you're really busy. We were just having some fun. You don't owe me anything. Whatever, passive aggressive, it's fine. I really just want to get my phone fixed. Can you fix it, please?
Yes.
Yes, I can do that, I think. Let me see it, please. Tristan takes my phone and starts troubleshooting. First, I'm gonna try a hard restart. Already tried the basics, or yeah, restart, update, power flex. Already tried the basics. I tried that 3 times, and I tried to power cycle it, and I plugged it in directly to the wall with 2 different cables. None of it worked. Wow, you really know your stuff. I know how to use Rooster Search. But I think I see what your problem is. He rummages through his pockets and fishes out a pen. Sometimes on the new models, the power buttons have a tendency to shift out of their housing and get stuck in a permanent on position. Did you restart your phone this morning? He keeps up the conversation as he takes the thin arm on the cap and carefully slots it into the space between the power button and the phone housing, not taking his eyes from it. Yeah, I did. Officially, I'm supposed to send these kinds of phones out for repair. Costs $150, but but why do that when you can use a pen and push it back into place yourself? Tristan pockets the writing utensil and waits as my phone finishes its normal boot cycle. All better. Thanks with enthusiasm, or thanks. Thanks. Like, yay, that's good. Thanks. Really? Wow, Tristan, thank you so much. You're my hero. Well, if I'd known it was gonna get that intense, I would have chosen thanks with just a period at the end.
Just doing my job. Except, not at all.
He hands the phone back to me. Okay, well, thanks again. I guess this is goodbye. So goodbye, Tristan. I turn and start to walk away.
Hey.
You're right. Wait, okay. Let me argue my case about last night. A few minutes, that's all it'll take. Okay. Let's talk somewhere else. It's time for my break anyway. I follow him outside the store. Although the scenery isn't much improved, we find a corner out of the way where we can have a bit more privacy. This backdrop looks like the mall from Corpse Factory, and it's making me laugh just to imagine that Corpse Factory is happening in this same mall.
So
you work at the Pear Store, huh? That's what you meant when you said you help people with technology for work. Yeah, I should have just said so, but it's not exactly an accomplishment to write home about. Who wants to talk about work? Or I bet it's a touchy subject. Why would it be a touchy subject that he works at the Pear Store? Like, a job is a job. Who wants to talk about work? It's not like I've got some fancy big time gig to brag about myself. Besides, retail is tough. You're working harder than you know. Is that why you took off? You didn't want me to find out about your job? No, that's not it at all. I woke up late this morning because I missed my alarm after my phone died overnight. I had to come straight here just to make it on time. I was going to
message you as soon as I went on break. Scout's honor.
I wasn't prepared because the voice acting in this is partial. You cut me off, Tristan.
I wanted to leave a note, but I couldn't find a pen or paper in your apartment. And I didn't want you to wake up to me sneaking around.
Then why didn't you just wake me up on purpose?
You looked so cute. I couldn't bear to.
I'm sorry. I know I really screwed up. Oh, well, it's okay or it's fine. I mean, it's fine is clearly like it's not fine. It's fine. It's okay or it's okay, which is like it's okay. I mean, this is really awkward in general. It's awkward. It's making me awkward. It's okay, I guess. That's actually really sweet. Why does what you say not match what you think, Stacy? I didn't say it was sweet. That's not what that's okay means. I'm finding it very hard to stay mad at him. I take a step closer towards him when he meets me halfway. I accept your apology, and I want you to know I slept really well last night. He leans forward, resting his forehead against mine. Relief palpable in his posture. Whoa, a forehead resting? That's very intimate. Back up, Tristan. Yes, me too.
I really would like to see you again. Can I take you out on a normal, regular date? I know this really beautiful park where we can have a picnic lunch.
All right, sure, why not?
Great. This Saturday? I'll pick you up at 11:30.
Woo, picnic time. Hey, he dead? Come on, answer. I should have never told you to go out and meet someone. It's me, from beyond the stars. Everything is bright. There's edible gold and houses made of chocolate. You had me worried. Sorry, my morning was chaotic. Remember that guy, Tristan? Yes, that's why I was worried. Well, he left me in the middle of the night. WTF? To make matters worse, when I woke up this morning, my phone was completely bricked. What? Okay, so you got it fixed? Want to hear the craziest part? I found Tristan at the pear store. He works there. Exclamation part. Lol, you got ghosted for a job. I mean, yeah, but I understand. Plus, it seems like an awful job. They'd probably fire him for being a minute late. You're empathizing with him. Of course, nothing is worse than rude customers. I was a little irritated, but I understood. We talked over the misunderstanding too. He'll be taking me on a date to a park. Yeah? That's romantic. Have fun and keep me updated. Tristan, Chapter 4. In the blink of an eye, a whole week passes by. I survive 2 double shifts and 1 double coupon sale disaster before it's finally time for Saturday picnic date. Before it's finally time for my Saturday picnic date with Tristan.
Hey.
Hi, Tristan. Hey, you look really nice today. Thanks, you too. We're wearing the same clothes we've been wearing this entire game. Are you ready to go? Yup. We stay on the sidewalk grinning at each other in the warm, brilliant sunshine for a long while. Until we're finally jolted back to reality by the abrupt honking of a car horn in the distance. Oh, so should I order a hyper or... No, we have a ride. A car. I have one. He waves in the direction of a handful of cars parked on the street behind us. A sleek, modern electric car, your standard average middle of the road meat and potatoes regular sedan, and ancient boxy tank of a vehicle. I'll just ask which car is his. I don't know which car is his. You can't judge a person's car by the person. You don't know what circumstances they have or why they have the car. Like, which car is yours? Then lead the way. Yeah, okay, this way. He takes me over to the big box utility vehicle. It's showing its age, but it has an undeniable vintage charm. They definitely don't make them like this anymore.
Yes.
Don't worry, I took care of most of the safety recalls. Wait, what? Tristan holds open the door for me as I hop in. Then I'm murdered. This white service van. Though it emits a suspiciously noxious looking plume of smoke from the exhaust, and the suspension seems more suited for a bouncy house than a vehicle traversing asphalt nowadays, Tristan's car makes the short trip to a nearby park without incident. How short? Could you have walked? And here we are. We climb out of the car and I follow Tristan around to the trunk where he's got a cooler and other picnic essentials packed up and ready to go. I hope you brought your I hope you brought your appetite. And I hope all those cooking classes I took paid off. I always love a good picnic. It's pretty hard to botch up basic picnic food. I'd be very impressed if he manages to not make a sandwich. You can cook? I took cooking classes. So what culinary delights do you learn how to make from your cooking classes to share with us today? Sandwiches. Yeah, seriously, like if he messes up sandwiches, I'm gonna have big questions. He hands me a large folded up blanket as he grabs the cooler and we head towards the entrance to the park. We pass through an old wrought iron gate, a placard fixed to the front, so rusted and worn the writing was no longer legible, following along a leafy tree-lined path. So how'd you find this place?
I used to pass this place on my way to juggling club meetings, but I never found an excuse to check it out before.
Juggling club?
I had to give it up after a while. It was too much to have up in the air.
Oh, that gets you a chuckle. I guess you could say you really dropped the ball. I really just said that.
That's a good one.
After a short walk, we reach an open grassy area. It's a peaceful setting with a sort of Victorian romance about it. Hey, check out that monument. Off to the side, there's an old stone pavilion, a little run down, but still looking very stately and impressive. This place must be really old. This statue has been here for a long time.
Hey!
Why don't you go see what it's about while I get things set up for lunch? He shakes out the blanket and starts unpacking things from the cooler while I wander across the clearing to take a closer look. Oh, I think I can see some writing. I give him a running report as I inspect the placard on one of the columns. What does it say? Dedicated to the family of the Honorable and Splendiferent Augustus Van Pompus, 1685-1747, and his descendants. By his great-great-grandson, the Venerable Most Pious Magnuson Van Pompus II, 1812 to 1879, to mark their final earthly resting place. Final earthly resting place? Hey, I'm Tristan. He stops setting up and comes over to join me. I think this place is a graveyard. I know, right? And not another living soul in sight. So this is the end. Jasper might be joining us for lunch. Like it's a haunted. So this is the end, huh? I don't know. It's weird. It is weird. I'll give it that, you know. So this is the end, huh? Makes it sound like she's making a murder joke. I mean, he already took her there in a murder van. I don't know. No, I mean, that's a literal graveyard. Like, I hope you brought enough to serve 3 because Jasper, the amicable spirit, might be joining us to eat. Tristan stops setting up and looks around. But there aren't any headstones. I continue reading the rather long drawn-out history inscribed onto the monument. Something about not giving into the wiles of puritanical vanity.
So...
this whole area is an old-timey cemetery, yup. Okay, I'm definitely starting to come to the realization that I've made a small miscalculation in planning. Having a picnic in a cemetery is actually pretty neat. I don't care to dine with the deceased. Well, I mean, people have died everywhere. You could be dining with the deceased and not know it. It doesn't seem like it was an obvious cemetery. And like, is it actually, or is this just a memorial? Because there are parks with memorials in them. That doesn't make them a graveyard. It just means that there's one tribute area. So I don't actually think that she's right. I don't see any other like headstones or anything anywhere else, and they would have noticed them if they were walking by, and there was just tons of headstones everywhere. So I'm gonna eat a sandwich. Miscalculation? I don't know. I think it's kind of cool to have a picnic in a place like this. Did you know that a long time ago, memorial parks like this were very popular places for recreation? I mean, just look around. That's nice, but I'd like it if we didn't run into any ghosts today. He's visibly uncomfortable, looking around nervously. Tristan, are you afraid of ghosts? I'd prefer to call it a healthy aversion's unexplained supernatural phenomenon, which is why I didn't research properly to see where I was going. We can just find another place to picnic. Parks. Gotta be a park that isn't haunted around here somewhere. There's a place across the street from my apartment. We'll have to fight for space with the yoga and the park people, though. We'll make it work. I'm really sorry about this. We quickly pack up and leave the van Pompous family behind, loading back into Tristan's car. But this time, when he tries to start it, he only succeeds in making the ignition produce a terrible series of clicking noises when he turns the key. Should I call for a tow truck?
No. I've got it. I can fix it.
He pulls the lever to latch the hood and hops out again, obscuring him from my view after he opens it, though I can still hear him grumbling to himself.
Couldn't even get this right. One simple thing.
A loud banging sound comes from the engine compartment as Tristan keeps talking to himself while he tries to beat his car into submission. I guess the impact sending jolts through the car.
Stupid. Useless.
Each word comes accompanied by a clang punctuating the blows. Rolling my eyes a little, I pull out my phone and look up a garage. Hi, is this Ted's garage? Yep, that's us. I think there might be a problem with my car. We're at...
Good for nothing. Worthless waste of... Ow!
The banging abruptly stops with Tristan's cut-off cry of pain. The Van Pompous Cemetery Park Street gotta go by. I drop my phone and hurry out of the car. Tristan, are you okay? I find him standing in front of the engine, clutching his hand as a bright red line spreads across his open palm. Everything is under control. It definitely isn't. I go back into the car and get a bottle of water from the trunk, then I get my purse and fish out a pack of tissues. Looking around, I spot a green handkerchief tied to the rearview mirror, and I grab that too before returning to Tristan. Come here and sit down. He follows my instruction and plops down the curb. I sit down next to him and offer to bandage him up. Not because it's romantic or anything, but because when you slice your hand open, especially depending upon which hand it is, it's difficult to bandage up by yourself. Give me your hand. This isn't romantic, this is practical. He holds out his injured hand. I open the bottle of water and use it to wash out the cut. It's long, but it doesn't seem very deep. I take the tissues, wadding them up and pressing them into his palm to staunch the bleeding, drawing a quiet hiss of pain from the man sitting beside me. Sorry, almost done. I take the handkerchief and wrap it around his hand a few times, tying it firmly in place with a knot. Sorry, I just keep getting distracted by how awkward of a date this is. Tristan sits quietly until I'm finished tending to his injury before he finally speaks. Thanks for taking care of me, but I don't have anything to offer you, you know? What are you talking about? For this, for today, for a week ago, any of it. I'm just an associate at the pear store. Before that, it was a burger joint. Before that, I sold flood insurance door to door. Flood insurance. The biggest body of water in this town barely qualifies as a pond. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. It looks like I can't even go anywhere anymore.
So...
I don't have anything to offer you. I wasn't good enough to hold things together in my first marriage, and I can't quantify much that's really changed since then. Oh my god. It's so awkward. Tristan! I'm stuck. Figuratively and literally. You shouldn't be wasting your time with me. We're two birds of a feather, or I like a project. I can fix him. No. Can we not go the I can fix him route? Like, he seems fine. But, like, realistically speaking, he clearly still has a lot of stuff he needs to work through with his own self-worth. And I don't know if he's in a place where he's built himself back up enough that you wouldn't just be like an emotional support person, always having to be like, no, you're good, which is fine if the person has some base level confidence, but I don't know if Tristan does. But we're two birds of a feather. I don't think she's as much of a mess as Tristan. I don't mean that because he works at the pear store, but just because he's so discombobulated. But I do not like, I like a project, but not like a person. Not a person as a project. Like, no. Oh, we're two birds of a feather. I hate both these options. He looks totally defeated, shoulders slumped as he sits hunched over on the curb, not making eye contact. I don't like that it feels like we're hurtling towards the good ending where we end up with him. There are multiple endings for each person. I take his bandaged hand between my own, fussing with the corners of the handkerchief. Do you know who I am? Stacy. Well, yes, but more importantly, you're talking to the temporary manager of the DOE company, and there's nothing that screams career success and stability like having the non-permanent part right in your job title. And that means I don't know what I'm doing or where I'm going either. He looks up at me. Maybe we're supposed to try and figure it out together.
You'd want that?
No, but Stacy might. I think so, and I think that even though I haven't known you very long, and while today hasn't been my most traditional date on record, everything feels like an adventure when I'm with you, and I really like that. And I really like you. Tristan takes this in for a bit, then smiles.
And I really like you too.
I loop my arm through his and lean my head on his shoulder. Our date hasn't gone according to plan, but I'm not sure I'd have it any other way.
While we're still on the subject, another thing I don't know is what we're going to do now.
He rests his head against mine as we continue to sit on the curb, the fading afternoon sun dappled by the trees lining the street. I call the tow truck. I'm pretty sure they're on their way. As if on cue, a repair truck pulls up behind Tristan's car and a young man pops out. Got some trouble with your car? Tristan helps me up from the ground with his good hand.
Not just the car. That's a good place to start.
Hey, you were at the bar the other night. Heart. Really? Todd should have a question mark. The date went well? Smiley face. It was a little unconventional, but so was he. And I had fun. So much fun. I loved bandaging his hand. Good. So are you two a thing or? Absolutely. We'll be going on another date. He's charming and lost, like me. Stacy. Todd is me. Todd's just like, why? It's true and you know it. But now, maybe we have a chance to find ourselves together. That's so sweet. Todd! Don't abandon me, Todd. Best of luck, Stacy. Let me know how your next date goes. Of course. Are you going to ask anything about how Todd's doing? This is a very one-sided relationship so far. Like, ask something like, how is Todd? What's Todd up to? Tristan, Chapter 5. The next day, Tristan and I hit reset on our picnic date. Even though Theo was able to get Tristan's car running again, we opt to have our lunch in the relative safety of the park across the street from my apartment. Blanket? Got it. Basket.
Yes.
Sunscreen. Sunscreen? Are you seriously planning to sit outside all afternoon and not wear any sunscreen?
So...
Well, I giggle as he stutters. It's fine, I've got some. We're all set then. We share a nice normal lunch of chips and sandwiches that Tristan packed with his cooking class. Wow, that was really good. Best sandwich. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Looks like my cooking class has paid off after all. Say, Tristan, how many hobbies do you have exactly? I don't know, have the exact figure handy, but best estimate. While he takes his time to count up his hobbies, I notice a rustling in the bushes across the way behind him. Huh? Tristan, look. Hey, cat.
Oh, it's a cat.
Oh, it's you. I've seen this cat before. The night we met, in fact. I think it might be a stray. The cat sizes us up with an appropriate amount of feline contempt before it deems us worthy of its presence, apparently as it continues walking in our general direction.
They're coming this way.
He hisses at me urgently.
What should we do?
Pet a cat? Offer him a bite of your chicken? I tell him as the cat strolls over to him, sniffing a bit before it sits back on its haunches, looking at Tristan expectantly with his big, round, blue eyes.
Hello, tiny transients. Is the lady right? Have you come to sing for your supper?
He begins to purr loudly and rub his head against Tristan's knee. Looks like you have a new friend. Tristan offers the cat small pieces of chicken while we finish off our lunch, which he quickly devours from his hand without complaint. Oh, put it on the ground. You don't know. You can't entirely trust a stray cat. You said you've seen this cat around before? It doesn't have an owner? He's not wearing a collar. Why? Are you thinking about taking him home? Tristan seems to seriously be considering this. Having finished his meal, the cat has moved on to make himself perfectly comfortable curled up at Tristan's side. I've never had a pet before. What if I'm not any good at it? You could be, or let's not find out and take him to the shelter. I mean, eventually you're going to have to take him, if you're going to pick him up to get checked out anyway, make sure that there's not a chip so that he isn't actually lost. But I mean, in general, if the question is just in general, like, yeah, he could be good at having a pet. But if I say you could be, because whenever I pick the top option, it's always like I'm super affirming and just agreeing with him all the time. I don't think he should just pick a cat up off the street. Well, if you're really not sure, there's still another option.
So...
Could you take him in? That wasn't what as if. I can barely take care of myself, let alone a whole extra living being. I can and have killed a cactus. There's nothing and no one that should be trusted with me. Tristan laughs at this, smiling as his hand sneaks across the blanket to find its way into mine. I trust you. A terrible decision, really. About the cat, though, I think I saw an article online recently about a local cat rescue. Maybe we should give them a call. A year ago, I took a chance on starting over in a new town. A fresh start and a fresh place for an exciting, glamorous new existence as a well. So you're saying after my performance review that I'm going to stay as a temporary manager? Yes, that's what we're saying. U-Ring offered continued temporary employment with DOE company. Thanks, I guess. Will I get a raise at least? Unfortunately, due to the current economic conditions, it will actually be necessary to reduce your compensation by 2%. A pay cut! We appreciate your enthusiasm leading DOA company to record profits this year. Well, that stinks. But before I can ponder the cruelty of my professional purgatory, a message comes through on my phone. Hey, Stacy, I got some bad news today. Oh no, what's wrong? The shelter called and let me know that the cat we rescued from the park found a new home. That's not bad news at all. We won't be able to go visit him anymore. I sigh as I stare at the string of messages. Tristan and I have continued to try dating on and off over the past few months, but it never really seemed to stick. Maybe this is a sign it's time to move on. Is this because we didn't adopt a cat together? Because if that's the case, like if the cat was the binding glue, then maybe it's for the best. Huh. A post from Heavenly Love about a new update. Finally, I've been waiting years for the next set of chapters. At least that's what it feels like anyway. It's way to pass the time, at least waiting for my someday. Tristan, normal end. After the cat got a home, it didn't last. I mean, if the cat was all they had in common. So that was the normal end of Tristan. I want to know what you guys thought. Were you feeling Tristan? Were you hoping for a more romantic end? Would you have adopted a cat with Tristan? Are you enjoying this? Are you curious about seeing any of the other routes? Do you want the Mark route in your life? I mean, the thing with this is that you don't really get a good sense of the other two main routes, because once we were locked into Tristan, we were pretty much locked, so we didn't get a sense of the other two guys' personalities, really. Let me know if you're into this, and if you want to see any of the other guys. If so, who? And just, I don't know. I think that ended for the best, personally, but you let me know what you think down below. And thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you again soon with another episode of something here on Enjoying Pixels. Bye-bye.